say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford. What Canelo has is size, and as a result, physical strength and punching power.
Max Kellerman really stepped out like he just traveled through time. Hit us with the "Did y'all miss me?" and instantly broke down Canelo versus Crawford as if he were reading straight from the book of Revelations.
That Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's going to go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight.
Bro had me flashing back to those face-offs where fighters locked eyes like they were battling for the last Popeye's chicken sandwich. And here he is again, dissecting uppercuts like it's a PhD thesis, while somehow sounding exactly like your cool uncle telling stories at the cookout.
Neck as wide as Broadway, for crying out loud.
Right.
The thing that I don't like about Canelo is that it's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yes.
Who teaches literature but still shadowboxes at cookouts. Honestly, Max could hype up a laundromat receipt and make it sound like you just witnessed history. And the best part, he's not sugarcoating a single word.
Great chin, a great chin. But in terms of if you want to go skill for skill, especially the recent version of Canelo, who's had to turn into a seek and destroy.
Crawford's skills are sharper than a divorce lawyer in tax season. But Canelo, that man's chest looks like it was carved straight out of mahogany. You don't bulk up like that. God just stamps you heavy duty from birth. Then Max, in classic fashion, drops the Hagler, Duran comparison, and suddenly it feels like HBO boxing after dark never left. If Bud actually pulls this miracle off.
Moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing.
I don't want to hear no excuses. You don't just jump 3 weight classes, beat Mexico's Tank, and call it luck. That's not boxing. That's like showing up to Thanksgiving, hijacking Big Mama's mac and cheese recipe, and somehow making it better. Only legends pull that off. Max already gave us a boxing sermon. Skill for skill, Crawford edges it. But Canelo? He's built like he snacks on dumbbells and washes them down with kettlebells. You can't coach bone density, my guy. And that Hagler versus Duran comparison? That's vintage Max. The type of analogy that makes you pull up YouTube highlights at 2 a.m. like you're cramming for finals. If Bud really climbs 3 weight classes and dethrones Canelo, forget underdog. That's like walking into Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, stealing the spatula, flipping the steak, and somehow not getting cussed out. That's chosen one behavior. But then, plot twist. Just when Max tucked us in with his professor bedtime story, Canelo's sparring partner, Shawn Hempill, came storming in with receipts. 5 weeks of eating Canelo's punches like it was his W-2 job. That's not theory, that's trauma. And Hempill kept it real. Some days, he swears Bud's got the magic sauce. Other days, he remembers Canelo's chin could probably block Wi-Fi signals. His advice to Bud? Move, jab, play chess. Because standing still against Canelo is basically signing up for free body shot dentistry. Hempill nailed it. This isn't hype, it's brain versus chin, IQ versus iron jaw. And coming from a dude who said Misfits pressers don't rattle him, but Canelo's sparring pressure feels like tax season with no refund? Yeah, that's testimony you can't ignore. Canelo versus Crawford isn't just a fight. It's like lighting a stick of dynamite and tossing it inside a volcano just to see what happens. On one side, you've got Canelo Alvarez, boxing's human tank. The man ate Triple G's Sunday best right hands, shots that had other fighters rethinking life choices. And he just stood there like, asterisk, that all you got? Asterisk, that chin isn't granite. It's a whole countertop set from Home Depot. But swing the camera and there's Bud Crawford. Yeah, Madrimov showed us Bud bleeds like the rest of us. But here's the kicker. Crawford doesn't fight with muscle. He fights with Wi-Fi. Man's got that mid-fight download speed faster than Google Fiber. He reads you, rewrites your programming, and suddenly the dude who thought he had the game plan is swinging at shadows. It's the truck versus the tactician. And the wild part, in boxing, even genius brains can get scrambled if a freight train fist lands flush. Somebody's durability or somebody's IQ is getting exposed. That's why this isn't just a fight. It's a collision course. Either the granite cracks or the cheat code glitches. And just when the whole barbershop debate was locked on granite chin versus genius brain, Alicia Bombgardner flew off the top rope with a curveball. She basically said, "Y'all acting like Canelo's, just a muscle head with a jaw. Don't forget the man's got skills." And honestly, she's spitting facts. While Twitter's out here arguing size like it's a jeans commercial, Alicia reminded everybody this ain't a bench press contest. It's chess, where both kings know how to move. She flipped the script perfectly. Yeah, Bud lives for big challenges, but let's not pretend Canelo hasn't already scalped half of boxing's Mount Rushmore. The man's resume looks like the VIP lounge of the Hall of Fame. And when she dropped that line about Crawford's power at 168, chef's kiss. Like cool but sharp. But can he really rattle a guy who treats heavyweight sparring partners like their cardio? That's not just skepticism. That's fighter math. Want me to punch this up even more with some Netflix doc-style narration? Like it's building toward a dramatic showdown?
As for Terrence, I would have to agree with the size. And I also have to note that experience is everything when it comes to boxing. And I feel like Canelo is a well-seasoned.
Then he painted the picture. Canelo rolling into fight night like he borrowed mass from a refrigerator. Easy 190 pounds, thick, solid, unshakable. Meanwhile, Bud's walking in with the speed package, saying, "Nah, I'll keep my edge where it counts." That ain't just a size gap. It's a full-blown weight class canyon. Liam called it straight. Tesla versus monster truck. Slick, stylish, smooth, until one wrong bump, and suddenly you're flattened on the pavement. And when he drifted into that Fury versus AJ comparison, oof, you could feel the truth in it, heavy. Like it wasn't hype, but hard reality. No sugar, no sweet talk, just vegetables on the plate. The kind you don't want to eat, but you know your body needs. Timing doesn't wait. If it ain't now, it might never be. That's the type of veteran gospel fans might roll their eyes at, but deep down, they know it's scripture. And right when Liam Smith had us nodding along, soaking up that no-nonsense Tesla versus monster truck sermon, here comes Breadman Edwards, tossing a live grenade right into the middle of the debate. Man didn't tiptoe. He straight up said Canelo sparring during boots, and that ain't sparring. That's like throwing yourself into a house fire just to see if the flames like you. And the way he broke it down, pure gold. Boots isn't just a sparring partner. He's basically Bud Crawford's evil twin. Switch hitter, slick boxer puncher, predator mindset. If you want to prep for Bud, Boots is the closest thing walking this earth, period. Breadman didn't hold back. That move, not clever, borderline diabolical. It's like slipping the bounce for $20 so Superman never even gets through the door. The wild part, he's still riding with Bud, but even the most respected boxing minds are flipping their picks just because Canelo brought Boots into camp. That's how seismic this is. One man showed up to spar, and the odds room started shaking. Then Breadman dropped the history lesson. Emanuel Steward card. How the legend used to pay sparring partners just so opponents couldn't touch them. That's not strategy. That's a spy movie playbook. And suggesting maybe Team Crawford should have thrown a fat check at Boots first just to block him? Bro, that's Cold War level maneuvering. Forget training camp. This fight is already being waged in the shadows. Canelo isn't just preparing. Crawford isn't just showing up. This is a global pause button. The whole sport leaning forward, waiting to see which law of physics breaks first. Granite chin or genius brain, who folds? Drop your hottest takes in the comments. Wild, reckless, barbershop after 3 beers type takes welcome. And yeah, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Not for me, do it for your own safety. Because if you don't, Canelo might start charging Bud back rent for occupying space in his head. And trust me, nobody wants.